welcome back to my channel and welcome the newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey by hitting that subscription button. It's free, and hit the bell notification to be notified of the new uploads. I would just like to mention that if the video is a little bit too fast for you, up top there's 3 little buttons. You can click there, slow down the video to the speed you'd like. Also, right next to it, there's the CC letters for closed caption. You can turn that on, and you can read all the stitch that I'm calling down here. By pausing the video, take notes, will make it easier for you. Now, normally when I upload the videos, it takes about an hour for YouTube to search all my words that I'm saying, so it can appear on the closed captions. So don't panic if you don't see right away the closed captions, because the video has just been launched. It will show up in about a half an hour to an hour after the upload. I also would like to mention that if you have extra yarn, extra thread, and you'd like to help the women in need, we highly appreciate it and being very, very grateful for it. Thank you for the ones that already have helped and are still helping. If you'd like to donate, right below the video, there's a little bag of $. You can donate whatever amount you'd like. Nobody's asking for millions. Anything helps. It adds up at the end. You can also go into the description box. My PayPal account is there. You can donate through there if you'd like also. Please always give a thumbs up on the video if you like the video. It does help the video to circulate and also to be recognized worldwide. I gratefully appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's one way to help me out and to help to continue to create these beautiful pieces. Also share on your Facebook public. It costs nothing. Everything is free. There's no charge of anything. So please help out to grow the channel. I do have a Facebook group, private group. If you have a profile, you're more than welcome to request to be a member. It's free, of course, and we'll approve you. You must have a profile. Be careful with the links that you go into the groups that says cut and bit. These are fraud scammers that go through your phones, your computers, and take every information of yours. Do not open up those links. There's a lot of hackers in the groups now. That's why I made sure that my group is private. I want to thank every single one of you from the start being with me, and thank you so much for the newcomers. It costs nothing to subscribe, so please do so. Thank you so much, everybody. Everything will be listed always in the description box for every pattern that I create, the sizes, the thread that I use, which is Portugal thread. They're 100% cotton thread, 4-ply, which is similar to Aunt Lydia. Number 3, which number 3 Aunt Lydia is just a little bit thicker than my thread, not by much, but a little bit. I usually use a hook 3 or 3.5, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and a pair of scissors, of course. So thank you, everybody. Any other questions, suggestions, please feel free to comment. You can always get a hold of me if your intentions are to give some thread or yarn away. There's my email below the description box. There's my Facebook page that you can follow also, my Facebook group, my Instagram, my TikTok. So there's so many ways you can message me. Thank you so much, everybody. I hug every single one of you, and much blessings to all of you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone, so we are going to do today the table runner for the tulip doily that I had created yesterday and launched the video. So if you want to have it as a set, and for some of you that are selling the patterns that you're creating out of my channel, there's quite a few of you, and I know that for a fact because some of you contact me on message on Instagram and asking me how much you should sell it for. That's why I'm mentioning. You can create this runner and sell it as the set with 4 or 6 or 8, depending upon, either you have orders or you're just putting on display to have the sets being sold for the placemats. Let me just grab the doily to remind you again what it looks like. So as you remember, gorgeous, isn't it? Beautiful color. And of course you can do into the red, into the green, into the yellow, whatever colors you want. So I'm going to use, of course, the royal blue to have the set, the off-white, and some gold to complete, this is optional if you want, the edging around. I think it gives it more of a sophisticated look. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to use a 2.75, a small one for tucking in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video. It's extremely important, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It helps to grow the channel. Also share, and of course if you're creating, tag me along if you're posting up on your social medias. Thank you so much, everybody. I send you lots of hugs. Let's get started. And I almost forgot. And of course, I'll be using the multicolored green, but you can use like a lighter shade of green, a darker shade. It's really up to you, or whatever colors, or in brown if you'd like, or multicolored brown. I think it would look perfect too. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is the slip stitch knot. And as you know, we never count this as a stitch on any pattern that you start. We're going to do chain, which a lot of you know what chain are, except maybe beginners. Chain is just a slip stitch with your hook. We're going to do 57 times chain stitch. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. My thread is 4-ply, 100% cotton thread. I almost forgot to mention. These are Portugal Brands, but you can use Aunt Lydia number 3 cotton thread. Would be perfect for this type of set. Okay, mine's a little bit thinner than Aunt Lydia, but Aunt Lydia I think is perfect for these type of things. So I've done my 57 chain. I'm going to come back onto the fourth, counting 1, 2, 3. On your fourth one, double crochet, next space, double crochet, and try to grab right into the center by grabbing the 2 loops, or your pattern will curve if you grab only 1 loop. This is the trick to keep a straight pattern without curving like a U shape. Okay, it will be nice and straight. So continue, and you should have 55 double crochets at the end. I'll meet you at the end. So I'm reaching the end. I'm doing my 55 double crochets on my last chain. Okay, so we're going to turn around. I'm going to go in the same space because I don't want it to leave a mark. So come back into the same space, do a single, 2 chain, next space, double crochet, and next space, double crochet. So basically all the way to the end of the pattern, it's approximately I believe 100. I'm looking for a meter or something. 115. I'm not sure yet, but I will keep going and let you know. You could always advance the video to see how many rows I will be doing. So from now on until the end, of course, the last row when we close out the centerpiece of the pattern, we're going to close it with all double crochets, but we're going to count, let's say 115, more or less, starting from this row here. We'll always have groups of 3 at the beginning and 3 at the end, and on the center will be just little squares with 1 double crochet. So 1 chain, skip a space into the next one, 1 chain, skip a space into the next one, 1 chain, skip a space into the next one. We're going to proceed this way until we reach the end, and at the end we're going to do the 3 double crochets. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm reaching the end. I've done my 1 chain. I'm going to skip 1 and create my 3 double crochets. Make sure that you do get this little last one here, because we tend to always leave it behind, and then your pattern will be all crooked. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 25 squares. This is going to repeat all the way to the top of the desired length. So again, I'm going to come into the same one I've turned around, do a single, 2 chain, this would equal a double crochet, come on top of the next one, because these groups of 3s will be all the way to the last row. Okay, and then 1 chain, and then just come on top of the double crochet, 1 chain. So very simple, nothing to it, right? When you get to the end, you do your 3 double crochets also, then turn around, do your 3 double crochets again, and proceed to create these little boxes, these little squares. So I'm going to continue mine, and then, like I said, you could always advance the video and see how many rows of these squares I have done. Okay, meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much have my 105. Okay, I had mentioned at the beginning I wasn't sure if I was going to do 115 or not, but counting only the square rows, I have 105. And now we're going to do the last row, which is the beginning, all double crochets. So we have to close in the same way as we started. So it's about 1 meter long I have. So we're going to come back in and do a single and 2 chains, double crochet. So we're doing this row only double crochets. We're going to come into the center of the square, do 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet, in the center of the square, double crochet, and again, so it's just 1 per space. Okay, until the end. Okay, so I've done all my double crochets. Now we have a total of 107 rows altogether. That's including from the first row of the double crochets, right? Now we're going to work around the pattern with singles. So I'm going to go up, chain 1. I'm going to come inside of this last double crochet, and I'm going to do 3 singles. Okay, I'm going to do a single in between the row and 1 inside of the double crochet. Again, in between. The row and 1 inside, and repeat the same thing all the way around, but we'll get to the corner. We have to do 5 singles on the corner. Okay, so just repeat the same process. 1 single in the center, 1 on top of the separation between rows, and we continue on. I'll meet you at the other end of the corner. Okay, you guys, so we've arrived at the corner. I had done my single on top of the between rows, and I'm going to come in my last one here on the corner and do 3 singles. Not 3 singles, 5 singles. So 2, 3, 4 singles, I'm sorry. 4 singles inside of the space of the 1 double crochet, and then coming in, trying to hide my thread here at the same time, and doing 1 single per space on the double crochet, which is the edges, and then just repeat the 4 corners the same way, 4 singles and then 1 per space on the double crochets, 1 inside of the space of the double crochet, 1 on top of the in-between rows. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, you guys, so again, I'm going to come in on, this is just one forest green color. It's not the multicolored mixed yet, because I'll use the multicolored for this time. So we need to do another row of singles. Okay, so you can start anywhere. I'm just going to start here on the corner just to get the corners going. So we're going to do those 4 singles in the corners. I have 3 and 4. So we have the 4 in the corners into the next space. So we're doing 1 per space. There is no increases anywhere. You know what? I think I'm going to do back loops only to bring the effect on the pattern. I think it will look nicer. Let me try that. So using back loops only. That's the only thing that's different here on this row. I think it will give it a nice dimension here to the pattern by using the back loops only. So 1 per space, single all the way around, no increases, just using back loop. So you're taking this back loop only and doing your single crochets. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead with mine and then I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much did all my green all the way around. I'm going to come in with my gold because I wanted to match the doily. As you can recall, I have the gold here. So I'm going to match that. I'm going to take my hook. And I'll leave a little bit of string because you want to tie that at the end so it doesn't come apart, and probably put a little bit of transparent glue too. So slip stitch knot. I'm going to take it off the hook and I'm going to come between, doesn't matter really where you start. So I'm going to come right on the corner here, grabbing it and pulling the thread to the front. Okay, so this is just going to be slip stitch 1 per space all the way around, and don't pull your tension too tight because then it's going to tighten too much the pattern. You don't want that. Okay, so let it go freely. Just go 1 per space, just slip stitch. We don't want it too loose, but we don't want it too tight. So I'm just giving it a nice little loose stitch a little bit because this thread is thinner to begin with. So because it's thinner, if you tighten your tension too much, it's going to pull too much on the pattern. Okay, so it's going to look like this. I know the camera doesn't do its justice, but it really stands out. It's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to do that all the way around, 1 per space. Slip stitch all the way through, and then come to the end, cut your thread, and tie in your loose ends. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing all the gold all the way around. I'm coming in with the multicolored green. We're going to start doing the stems for the bud roses, if you want to call them. So we have the 4 singles on the corner here. Okay, I'm at the edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On my third one, I'm going to come in with a single. 2 chain. I'm going to do another double crochet in the same space. 2 chain space. I'm coming in with incomplete double crochet. Again on the same space, incomplete. Only on the corners we're going to have 3 stems, okay? 2 chain again. Incomplete double crochet, all in the same space, and another incomplete. So now we have 3 stems on the corner, and we'll have the 3 stems on all 3 corners. Oh, my camera is falling out of the stem here. Okay, or the stand, whatever you call it. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 chain, and the 3 chains will be on both sides, only on the corners. Everywhere else will be a 2 chain. So I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, coming in my 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, coming in my 7th. I'm going to do the incomplete double crochet again. Okay, 2 chain, and only on the corners we're skipping, going into the 7, skipping 6. Everywhere else we'll skip 5 and go into the 6. So I did 2 more incomplete. 1, 2 chain only now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm coming in my 6th one, incomplete. So basically your 7s are only on the corners, okay? Skipping 6, going into the 7, only on the 4 corners. Everywhere else is skipping 5. Coming back in and creating my stems again with the incomplete double crochet, chain 2. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my 6th one. When we get to the end, we'll skip 6 again and go into the 7, which should end up on the corner. If we need to do an adjustment, we will. Okay, so close it in, chain 2, come back in, incomplete, and incomplete, and close it in, chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, coming into my 6th, incomplete double crochet, incomplete, and close it all together. Chain 2 in the same space, incomplete, and incomplete again. So we're going to do that until we meet here, and we should have 6 left, hopefully, if we're right. Okay, if not, we'll do an adjustment. I'll meet you at the end. So I'm doing my last one here, chain 2. I'm going to do the incomplete, so that means you're only taking out once. Now I'm going to do chain 3 because we're right at the corner, chain 3. Now if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm coming in to my 7th one. Just count that again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, into my 7th one. So I'm going to do those 3 stems here on the corner again. Chain 2 in the same space, create your 3 stems on the same space. Again, 1, 2, 3. We're only doing the 3 chains on the corners only, and we're going to skip 6 only on the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going into my 7th. We're doing the incomplete. This row will be like this all the way around, and then we can cut our thread and proceed with whatever color you're using for the flower. We're going to do the same thing on the other 2 sides. So chain 2 now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my 6th one. Chain 2 and 2 incomplete double crochet. Okay, so I'll meet you at the edge to make sure that we arrived properly. If not, we'll make an adjustment. Okay. Okay, you guys, so I finished doing the side. I'm going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to count to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On my 7, I'm on the corner. So I'm going to do the 3 incomplete steps. 1, 2 chain in the same space. The incomplete. 1, 2 chain, and again in the same space. So now we have the 3 stems again. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on my 7th. Incomplete. And you just repeat everything all the way around. If you have the perfect stitching on, you should be just on the right point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we start with these 6s. So we only skip 6, only on the corners, and go into the 7th with the 3 chain. Oops, I have to do the incomplete. And then everywhere I'll skip 5, go into the 6, and 2 chain space between them. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Actually, you can cut your thread, because then we're going to proceed with the flower right after this green. Okay, everyone, so I'm pretty much done. This is the last row, which is the flowers, the tulips. So you can start anywhere you'd like. I'm just going to start here on the corner where we have the 3, any corner. I'm going to do a single, 2 chain. I'm coming back in. Now, for some of you that want your tulips a little bit thicker, you can do extra double crochet. So I have 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochets. I'm going to come into the first one. I'm going to make sure that I grab both strings here, because I don't want it to have it pull too much, only on one side. And now you can close well here your tulip. Now, if you want it thicker, you can do another double crochet or 2. It's up to you. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do one more just on the first one here, because we've closed in with a chain. Coming in, doing a single in that space in the back here. We have like that where we closed in. 1, 2, 3. And a single back in. 1, 2, 3. So I'm doing sort of like a peacock without being a peacock 3 times, okay? Now the reason why I did the 4 chains at the beginning, so we can have the same length with the other one since we've closed in. I mean 1, 2 chains. If you need to do 3, then go ahead. And I'm coming in and starting my second tulip on the corner. And I'm going to proceed with my 7 double crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to come and grab my first double crochet here, and I'm going to pull my string into it and tighten it up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Only do 4 when you're starting off, because we've used that one to close in. Come back in. If you want to do just 3, go ahead. 1, 2, and 3 chain for everything else. Only the very first one I do 4, so they can be the same size. 2, 3 chain and back in. So it's basically doing like a peacock without closing the peacock. only on the corners we're going to do 2 chain, 1, 2. We're going to come in and close it because we don't want it to be pulling. From here on we do 1 chain only and come back in and do your 7 double crochets inside of the petals of the, not petals, the stem of the green. 4, 5, 6, 7. Coming back in, closing 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it's 3 chains for everything else. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3, sorry. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, doing the 4 chains is going to give me more or less the same size as the other ones. If I did only 3, because we've closed in with 1, it would have been smaller, this little peacock here. Everything else now is a 1 chain, okay? Only when we're coming from the corner here, we do 2 chains, so it doesn't pull on the pattern. 1 chain. Proceed again with your 7 double crochets, and this is how it's going to be all the way around, and then we're pretty much done with the pattern. I will have the pictures and the little video at the end on display. Dogs are going crazy. Cat, one of the cats, call him the Garfield. Every day he does the same thing, comes and bothers the dogs. 2, 3, and 4 chain, and then everything else is 3 chain. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 chain into the next space. So remembering when you're on this corner here or the other corners, you have to do a 2 chain to go in here and a 2 chain to come out here also. I'll meet you here at the end just to confirm. Okay, everyone, so I'm on my last one here at the edge. 1 chain. And now we're going to do the 2 chains because we're going into the corner. Doing my 4 chain and back in, and then 3 chain. Two chain, and I'm coming into the next one on the corner. So, and then once here we do the 2 chain coming down, and then continues as 1 chain. Okay. Two, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. 2 chain because we're coming down. 1 chain everywhere else. Only the corners, as we're getting off or getting in the corners, we do 2 chain. And this pretty much does it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you create your sets. Like I said, I will have the reveal shots and a little video at the end as usual. On most of all my videos, I do that. And I'll have the measurements below also, and how much thread it was used. Okay. So This is what it looks like, and it's going to match, of course, my doily, my placemats. Okay, thank you everybody. Don't forget to hit that subscription if you're not subscribed yet, the bell notification, and please do give a thumbs up. It's very important. Thank you for all the help with the women in need, the women that came through with the thread, and also for your donations for the super chat or super thanks, if you want to call it. Thank you so much to every single one of you. I send you much hug, much love. Take care, everyone. Until next time. Bye-bye.